I had a whole video filmed and I was getting ready to edit, and then I realized it looked like crap and I stuttered like every other sentence and it was gonna be an absolute nightmare to edit. So I said, no, we're gonna just redo it. It's frigid in my house right now. Our heater is not working, so I'm freezing. Okay. Anyway, hi, I'm Aaliyah. Nice to see you. We're gonna talk a little bit about Ehlers-Danlos syndrome today. So EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I'm afflicted. It sucks eggs. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a grouping of connective tissue disorders. So connective tissue is what we all have. Its main ingredient is collagen. And connective tissue is in your organs, in your skin, and basically every element of your body. With Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, that collagen is impacted. Now, depending on what kind of Ehlers-Danlos you have, it's going to be affected differently. Hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos, or type 3, is the most common type. It's the type I have, so party tricks, ready? Skin. And you can do things that your joints are not supposed to do. My joints dislocate, I am in pain, and it comes with a lot of comorbidities. So my heart sucks, my brain sucks, my spine sucks. I have widespread issues with like almost every part of my body because of the collagen. Collagen is kind of like the glue that holds everything together. The collagen that makes up your connective tissue holds your joints together, your ligaments together, keeps your organs happy, healthy, and functioning. My collagen doesn't do a very good job at that. It can be really, really hard to get an EDS diagnosis because of all of the comorbidities. It can look like a lot of unrelated issues. When I was growing up, I had headaches a lot and I got injured a lot. Now, those things don't seem to be related at all. I was a dancer, I was a gymnast, and so, you know, kids, even if they don't do a lot of activities like that, are more prone to injuries because they're more active than older kids, teens, adults, you know. So they're just more prone to injury in general. I was very accident prone. I was hurt all the time and I had headaches and, you know, I was just hurting in general. Even if I didn't have an injury, my body just hurt. We didn't connect any of these issues until later down the road. Me and my mom were researching as more symptoms popped up, and we found that there was a way that they could all correlate, and that would be Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I heard somebody say, if you can't connect the issue, connect the tissue. And I thought that was really funny and helpful, because if you have like 10 different symptoms that seemingly have nothing to do with each other, like gastroparesis or GI problems in general, or heart problems or chronic pain, those things may or may not seem related at the time. It took me 17 years to get diagnosed with Ehlers-Danlos. 18. I didn't get diagnosed formally till I was 18. It took me 18 years to get a diagnosis. Not for lack of trying. I had gotten diagnoses of some of the comorbidities before I was diagnosed with POTS before EDS. I was misdiagnosed with asthma when really it was POTS and some other heart-related issues. EDS is misdiagnosed a lot because of the comorbidities and because of its tendency to kind of hide behind other things, because it's not visible unless you know what to look for. Like if you look at me, you wouldn't necessarily know, but then you see my neck stretch and my fingers bend weird ways, even just the way that they are.
You can tell that it's an aspen tree because of the way it is.
You know, my pinkies bend. Oh, don't look at my nails, but the way my pinkies bend, abnormal. I didn't know. I thought it was just quirky and different and cute. And while it is that, it's also a genetic disorder. Because EDS is such a wide spectrum of severity of symptoms and different comorbidities and support needs, treatment options are going to be different for everybody. Some need prescription medications to manage things like seizures or comorbid heart conditions like I do, and other people have to focus more on their chronic pain and joint stability. Common treatment options that a doctor will recommend for EDS, specifically hypermobile EDS or HEDS, is physical therapy. Physical therapy can be so great because if you're not working out your muscles properly and building up the strength around your joints are going to be a lot more susceptible to dislocation and subluxation, which mine are because I have a lot of problems working out. I have exercise intolerance because of my POTS, which really, really sucks. But when I can, I exercise. I do weights on my head for my neck strength. And I do exercises with rubber bands because my wrists dislocate a lot. So little things like that. You don't have to go run a mile or whatever to build up your muscles. It's a lot of little things like that. So EDS is the way that your body develops. It is a genetic deficiency in your collagen. There's no cure for it because it's the way that your body develops. So it can be really hard to manage. The best way to manage EDS is to manage the symptoms and the comorbidities of EDS. So if you have chronic pain like I do, I use over-the-counter medication, Excedrin, Aleve, Advil, ibuprofen, things like that. I also use more natural remedies like THC, CBD. That can really help with certain joint pain for me. Because I have reactions to a lot of prescription medications, it's really helpful to have some more natural options to go with. Because I have seizures and POTS and migraines, those are really the most debilitating things for me. I have a service dog. He helps me with little tasks like picking things up off the floor and keeping me stable. So I have a little handle, so when I'm walking, he can kind of be my cane and keep me stable when I get dizzy or feel like I'm going to faint. He also gives me alerts before I have a seizure and then keeps me safe during seizures by kind of laying on my lap and putting his paws over my arms so that I can't flail around quite as much. Service dogs are an incredible medical device to be used for all kinds of different conditions, EDS included. I know this is kind of all over the place, but I get a lot of questions about EDS on my TikTok. I've had a couple here on YouTube. I figured I would just kind of give you some info. If you have any other specific questions about EDS that I didn't touch on, I know this was kind of just an overview, please comment them. I love to answer questions. I feel like if I have experienced it and I have some kind of insight, I would love to share it. I really wish that I would have had somebody to talk to when I was first going through all of this and I was scared out of my mind. So please don't hesitate to reach out. I always put my contact information in the description below, so if you want to contact me, please feel free to reach out. I love talking to anybody who has questions or just wants to chat. As always, you know your body best, you are not being dramatic, and your pain is very real. God bless. Hypermobile. A huge help and can be, and is, oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. I was going somewhere with that. Oh.